If you would like to get this month's crystal reading for your sign for download and purchase, please click on the Vimeo link below this video in the Show More section, or visit my website, theluckymermaid.com, and the links for these videos are posted on the most recent video page. Please be sure to check out my other psychic readings for each zodiac sign I have available there as well. Thank you so much. Wish you many blessings and peace.
Hi Libra, I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for August 2016. This month I laid out the 5-card Rainbow Tarot spread for you using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck. And I pulled an additional card from the Doreen Virtue's Healing with the Angels Oracle cards, just as I used to do back in the beginning 2 years ago when I started doing the readings on YouTube. So hopefully that'll give you additional insight and information. Please remember, these are general readings, and to get a reading with messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This recording is for Libra Sun, Libra Ascendant, and Libra Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign to gain more insight and information, because some months those signs will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, Libra, now on to your reading for August 2016. The first card you have that shows up here today, Libra, is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is a card to me that symbolizes ruminating, going within, overanalyzing, pulling at straws. It could be worrying. It could be you looking back at the past. I feel that many of you Libras have a lot going on in your heart and mind that are not really feeling resolved to you. It comes up as unresolved things that you're thinking about or, pondering, worrying over. I do feel some of you have the feeling like you want people to be all on board with you and what you're doing. So for some reason, maybe some of you Libras are feeling like you have some people that are at cross purposes with you or working against you or not totally on board with what is happening or what is going on with you. I do feel some of you Libras have this off and on feeling about your family life, like things are going along well, things are calm, and then you feel like that ship gets, rattled, that cage gets rattled. So I get it's not overwhelming here, but it's like an off and on, back and forth, off and on feeling with family, where things are calm, things are going along pretty well, and then it seems to go another direction. I do feel for some of you Libras, you are going to be taking some classes or some training that are going to be assisting you and helping you to do with the work that you're doing. I know not all of you are working Libras, but the messages coming up here for those that are working Libras are going to find themselves, it may be required. Your company may be requiring you to do this. It may be part of some change or something going on at your work where it's requiring people to take some additional training or classes for things that are now going to be changing or evolving at your place of employment. That's only going to apply to some of you Libras. I do see some of you feeling like you're worrying over some things that you feel like maybe you did wrong or you could have done better. I see you like some of this comes up as self-criticism here. Now, in the card, I forgot to mention, there is the cup here coming out of the cloud, which to me symbolizes, the divine source's hand. That's either giving you a blessing or a message or a sign, and you may not be paying attention to it because you're worrying or ruminating or going within in the past. So Be sure you're paying attention to signs and symbols that show up around you. You could be getting messages and signs showing up, and you may not be noticing them. I do feel that some of you, your family life or some situations are going to be improving in August, and putting some things to rest and putting some kinds of things from the past actually behind you shows up here for many of you Libras. The next card you have that shows up here in your reading today, Libra, you have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles to me is a card that symbolizes gaining money through an inheritance. It could also be money coming to you through family channels, through gifts of cash. It is also a card to me that would symbolize two people working together very strongly as a couple, that you're both generating money and bringing money into the relationship as a couple. But first and foremost, it usually symbolizes an inheritance. I feel like you've got some consternation or ongoing struggles internally within you about money. If you're not having arguments and fights with people in your family or your significant other about money, you could be, fighting with yourself or worrying yourself about money, because I get money being a big issue here. Some of you may be thinking of buying a new house or selling some property, or selling some property to buy a new house. So you could be selling a home to buy a new one, or maybe you're renting an apartment and you've been saving your money, or you've come into some money through an inheritance and you're thinking of purchasing a new property. Property comes up here for some of you Libras one way or the other. And it feels like, acquiring property or new property that comes in. I do see you working towards some divine purpose or divine goal, or being inspired by some divine purpose to save your money or accumulate, like focusing on money comes up here again. Strategizing about money. This could be restructuring and reorganizing your financial picture. Maybe you're going to be buying stocks and selling stocks, or both. You could be maybe putting some money away in IRAs or building a trust fund for somebody. Maybe you have a grandchild or a son or daughter, and you want to start putting some money away for them in trust. Maybe you don't feel like it would be good if they had the money in their bank account now. Maybe you feel like they would spend it foolishly or whatever. But I do see you strategizing about money. I also see for some of you Libras, family legacy of money has caused some problems and bitterness within your family. It's caused family struggles, family arguments, a lot of angst and like unresolved issues. It's stirred up stirred up the pot in you and in your family quite a bit. Family legacies. So maybe you had family struggles and family strife over an inheritance, or somebody's estate being divided, or who got what maybe was an issue. I don't know, but family legacies come up here also through this card as being a source of, I'm not saying it wasn't a blessing because you maybe inherited money, but it also could have caused a lot of dissension and arguments and bad hurt feelings, anger among people in your family to do with a legacy. So the next card you have here, I'm sorry Libra, don't get mad at me. I know you guys get upset when negative cards come up, but I shuffle and I can't control what comes out. Here you have the Ten of Swords crowning your reading. Now, the Ten of Swords to me is a card that symbolizes being stabbed in the back and betrayed. Or it's a card that could symbolize somebody passing away, connected to your life in some way. I do feel that you've been treated unfairly, and that there's been something abrupt that's happened where somebody may have turned on the dime on you. Like you may have felt like, oh, they were my friend, or they were, we were in a good space and everything, or relative, and everything was going along really well. And then there was some flip where now it's not. Now that's not the case that's happening. I feel that some of you Libras may very strongly have the feeling of being chewed up and spit out, like used and abused, like somebody, it could have been, several people. It doesn't even just have to be one person that did this to you. It could have been, a few people where you feel like you got used up, chewed up, spit out, and you feel like taken advantage of. That kind of feeling comes up here. And I also pick up like you're not going to let that ever happen again. So I see you quite determined, like, okay, that's what did happen, but it's not going to happen again to me ever again. I do see you wishing things had turned out differently than they did. And I feel for some of you, you feel kind of disenchanted or, disappointed, disenchanted, wishing things had turned out differently. I do see you having that feeling. Some of you Libras may have had some bad publicity or negative words spoken about you, or gossip that hasn't been that great about you. So for some of you, you may feel betrayed by either a person or a group of individuals that may have done those kind of activities to you, and it's gotten back to you, and you're very, disheartened about it. It's not a pleasant card. I'm not going to tell you anything good that came up off this card. Any other reader that wanted to read it maybe would read it differently. This is what my guides are telling me. So just know there's no happy news that ever comes up off of Ten of Swords. There just is not going to be. It's either stabbed in the back and betrayed, or a death. And for you, it comes up in some regards that people have used you and abused you and then kicked you to the wayside, or blew you off after that, where you feel used and worn out and used by people, or it could be gossip being spread about you, or negative press, or something, negative words spoken about you that you've come to find out and hear about. Some of you, now this is kind of interesting and a little surprising, but I feel some of you may have gotten a broken engagement or left at the altar. That kind of feeling also is coming up here too. So some of you Libras may have been engaged, or you showed up for your wedding and your betrothed didn't show up. I mean, that could be a possibility here, because I am hearing it. Obviously, that's only going to be for a small portion of you, but a broken engagement or left at the altar also comes up here, and that would be a form of betrayal and make you feel like the Ten of Swords. So the next card you have here in your reading, Libra, you have the Emperor. And the Emperor is a card that shows up here to me. The Emperor is a paternal figure that's crossed over to the other side. That can be a grandfather, a great-grandfather, a father, a stepfather, or somebody that was like a father figure to you that's now in the spirit world, that's watching over you, protecting you, and guiding you. Could be giving you ideas and inspirations in your head that make you feel like they could be yours, but they may actually be coming from the Emperor. But the Emperor can also be people in your waking world, in the physical world too, like a father, a boss, a husband, or a ex-husband. It could even be that. It's a male card. I don't pick up female energy off of the Emperor. Almost, I'm going to say never. I hear taking out the tried and true ways of doing things and putting your stamp of approval on something. When they said that to me, I get the feeling of taking out. Some of this has to do with documents. Some of it feels to me like legal papers. You may be looking at old divorce papers and seeing what your rights are. If you feel like your ex is infringing on your rights or in violation of any agreement. Same thing if it's a lawsuit. You may feel like the parties that were involved in the lawsuit didn't follow through with what they were supposed to do. So you're raking out To me, it feels like you're looking over documents, court documents or written documents where there's been signatures or notarized papers, and you may be reviewing them to see if protocols and the situations as they were mapped out on these papers are actually being followed, or if the parties are in violation of not following those, how it went down legally on the papers. I do feel the Emperor is saying that you are going to be coming into a time of prosperity and abundance, and this flows to me for you coming in either August or September. So if you don't feel it or see it happening, this financial increase or financial abundance or flow coming to you in August, I would look for it in September. I do feel that many of you Libras have actually gotten put in a negative position, either right now or in your past or recent past, of the position I'm going to call being a scapegoat, where somebody has now, where it doesn't have to be one person, it could be more than one person, is putting you in the proverbial doghouse, like you're the one that everybody wants to blame or get mad at or put some negative spin. It seems to be, even if it's justified or not justified, it just comes up that way. Stay true to your goals, my guides say. Don't let anybody deter you from what you're trying to achieve or, in your life or attain. Stay true to your goals. So if any of these, people putting you in the doghouse or naysayers or people making you in this a scapegoat or using you or abusing you or negative spinning about you, don't let that deter you. Stay true to your goals here. That's another important message coming up from the Emperor, Libra. So the last card of your 5 cards, you have the Queen of Rods. And the Queen of Rods is a card to me that symbolizes a fire sign female. This could either be a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could also be a male because it is a general reading, and in general readings, men can show up as queens at times. So don't be thrown that it's a queen if the messages don't apply to a female that you know. This person comes up to me as somebody that wants to bridge the gap between suffering or beyond suffering, or I feel like they feel to me like a problem solver. They could be a lawyer. For some of you, maybe this is a lawyer you've hired to solve some legal battles or issues for you. But they come in to me like a peacemaker or a more than anything else, like a problem solver, like a bridge. That's what my guide said. They're the bridge, they're the problem solver, or the peacemaker. That's their exact quote. If you are a Libra that is tired of being used and abused and you want confrontation, this Queen of Rods will help facilitate that or help you with that. Wow, these people cards always come up as multiple things in a general reading. This is also somebody that comes in that would like to be a partner for you, a partner with you. That could be in a business sense or a romantic sense. It could go either way, but I do hear that. Wants to be a partner with you. So I don't feel it's the same person that could be the lawyer. To me, this feels like a different person, which also always happens with the court cards when they show up. They're not going to just be one person because it is a general reading. This person is very good with their words. They're very healing. They have a strong, I get a couple things about them. They can heal situations with their words, but I also feel they're good at healing the sick as well. So for some of you, this may make sense to you. Maybe this is a nurse or somebody in some kind of holistic healing field that you have a connection to, because they're very good at healing people, but I also hear they're good with healing with their words. 2 comes up. Any friendships that you make with this Queen of Rods, or love partnerships or business partnerships, will have long-lasting effects here in your life, or it will be somebody with where this will be a very long-lasting association or relationship. I feel that this person also has a strong business acumen and has some brilliant ideas. They're a very good strategizer and also very good in business. They're good at shaping things, like, they'd be good in business because it's almost like molding clay. They can take clay, these ideas, and mold them and shape them into something and make something viable, long-lasting, and worthwhile, especially in a business sense. So if you're thinking of going into business with this Queen of Rods, it would serve you well. They have great ideas, they've got it on the ball, and they're good in business. If this is somebody that is a friend to you, that comes in as a friend to you, you would be able to trust them. They are not untrustworthy. You could trust their confidence. They would be loyal to you and a loyal friend to you. If this is a love partner, this is somebody that would also be loyal to you, a good confidant, a good partner to you. So it's going to be a different person of how they play out. And also in the lawyer sense, if you're hiring them to, as a lawyer in some legal case or legal battle or concern that you want to address, they would also be beneficial to you in that way. So I just want to let you know, for most of you Libras, this Queen of Rods comes up as somebody that would be positive for you and beneficial for you and a good person to have in your corner. So now I'm going to read the card from the Enduring Virtues Healing with the Angels Oracle cards that I got for you, Libra, and you got the card of healing. So I'm going to listen and see what the Spirit guides and angels have to say about why the healing card showed up for you for August. You have to be careful not to overwrought yourself with worry. Worry is a big thing that comes up here, and you need to release some things and let some things go. I do feel that you Libras would benefit very strongly from some kind of energy work that you could receive from some knowledgeable practitioner in your area, such as Reiki or any other healing modality. I feel that would be helpful for you to release some pent-up anger, pent-up frustrations, maybe some things, some issues or hurts or pains that you've been holding on to or carrying around for a while. Also, Libra, that also comes up here. I feel that some of you have been trying to create some dreams for yourself manifest into physical reality, and I feel that you've been able to do that. Many of you have really achieved a lot of your goals and dreams, but I do see a hole, an empty space somewhere for some of you that you may be trying to fill or has not been filled. And what I feel will fill it is emotional release and healing. I don't feel buying things or having more money or reaching your goals, which is all very positive. I see a lot of you doing that, actually. I see a lot of Libras really gaining some affluence, money coming your way, business prospects and projects working out in your favor. But I feel like you have a void somewhere, and this to me feels like it's emotionally feeling incomplete to you somewhere, or some healing that needs to occur of your emotions. So just think on that, Libra. You could also help yourself through healing some pains and sufferings that you've had in you by assisting some people with some pain and suffering in others will actually be healing for you. And this could be through friendships, reaching out through friendships and lending an ear to people with your compassion and your kindness. Or it could even be through working with groups, community service groups and organizations that involve helping battered and abused women or abused children or, the homeless or any group that people that are sick and suffering from different illnesses, being, volunteering at a hospital or hospice, you would gain a lot of healing in you if you can extend yourself in healing some others. And also through energy work, I believe, because it comes up to me as emotional healing more than anything else. Not so much physical. Some of you may have physical ailments you need healing, but this is all talking about emotional here. So I hope this reading was of help to you, Libra, and I certainly hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I post my monthly Psychic Tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac and my mid-month Psychic Tarot updates, and also any other videos I may decide to post here on YouTube. If you would like to get a continuation of this reading, Libra, where I look into my crystal for you and see what additional messages I can give you from my spirit guides, please click on the link below in the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for August 2016 crystal reading for each sign of the zodiac for download and purchase. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, and clicking on the Videos tab on my menu and go to page 6. And midway down the page of page 6, you should see the heading, August 2016 Crystal Readings. For each sign of the zodiac, you just click on your sign and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. I hope you have an amazing month of August, Libra, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.